Yes! We did it! Woo! We did it!
Yo, hop on Garden Warfare, bro.
Oh my god, bro. Jesse missed it!
Can't believe him.
Holy crap. We made it to 800. I can't wait for the comment notification to show up for them saying I was the 800th. Holy crap, we did it. We friggin' did it. Let's go. That's so peak. Oh my lord, I just gotta say, thank you so much for the overwhelming support recently. We've got, I just made my 700 subscribers special, like, what, yesterday? And here we are. I'm almost at 900 at the time of recording this. Like, you guys have no chill. Like, I was gonna do something for 800 subscribers because I thought I was gonna have a break, right? So I was gonna make a whole new figure like what I did with Bull Train. I was gonna cook with it, and I thought, oh my god, I got all the time in the world. No, I don't. You guys are like beating me into the ground, okay? Which, you know what? In a non-weird way, I absolutely love it, because you know what, within the next couple of days we're gonna hit that 1,000 and I'm gonna be rolling in the Benjamins, no thanks to you guys, which means, hey, I can buy more Skylanders and I can make more content on Skylanders. It circles around and it's great. It's just this cycle of never-ending amazement. But let's get into what we're actually here for. I wanted to thank you guys for this because, oh my god, it means so much. Alright, I just wanted to say real quickly, because we were on the topic, what do you guys think I should do for 1,000 subscribers? Like, should I, you know, like, I don't know, go blow something up? Like, what do I do? Like, what do you guys want to see? I'm trying to figure it out. I want to make something special, but, you know, to commemorate the big moment. But I have no idea, and it's approaching? That is totally a word. It's approaching so quickly that I don't even know what I can do. Like, I don't know. But, again, thank you guys so much. Like, it means the world. So the topic of today's video, we're going to be talking about, RFID tags, NFC tags, or more specifically like the cards or whatever that you can pick up on Amazon, read and write them, and then boom, here's your custom character. I didn't want to pay $150 for a Wildstorm, so I'm just going to put it on a card. This video is just gonna go over, like, it's not gonna tell you how to do it. If you want to do it, I recommend watching Skylanders video on it. Not only is he like my best friend and I'm a little bit biased, but his video goes over pretty well. But again, we're not going to do a tutorial. I just want to give like my thoughts on it, and I want to hear your guys' thoughts as well in the comments. One last thing before we begin, I do want to ask you guys about the idea of a Discord server. Somebody mentioned it in the last video in like the comment section, and also a couple of my friends have been like, hey, do you want to reach out to your audience more? Maybe you should do something like this. So let me go, sorry, I have my brain. Let me know what you guys think of the idea of a Discord server. And one last thing, and I promise this is the last thing this one time, okay? What kind of content do you guys like want to see with this new wave of people coming in? Obviously it's Skylanders, but like, what do you guys want to see? Do you guys want to see, you know, gameplay? Do you guys just like this kind of content where you can just pop it up in the background and hear me yap about whatever? Oh, or do you want me to like go touch grass and make some Skylander, you know, hunting videos? Like literally whatever on the spectrum. I'm all for literally all of them at the same time. But you know what? I want some ideas, because I love taking people's ideas and I love like capitalizing off of it. Jokes aside. Okay, here's where we get into the real nitty-gritty and like depth of the video, okay? So everybody lock in, all right? So what do I think about this? I do agree that making RFID tags or whatever for characters that you can't get, whether it's because you can't find it or you can't afford it, whatever it may be, I do think it's a great alternative, although it ruins the magic in a sense. Now, all of you guys have grown up. Skylanders is, you know how it works now, which is unfortunate. Wish we could turn back time, I guess, but it does ruin the magic in a sense that, you know, the last little bit that we kind of cling on to of those nicer days of childhood. It just kind of ruins it. Like, you don't have the toy You know, sure, you have the card and you can play as the actual character, but is that what really matters? I mean, like, what about all the plastic that's supposed to fill up your shelf space? Like, that's kind of what I'm supposed to, like, get at, because that's what I take enjoyment out of. I haven't posted, like, many pictures of my room ever since I, like, rearranged it and everything. Maybe you guys want to see a video on the room tour? I think that'd be really cool. I'd have to clean it up just a little bit, because, you know, I've been getting a little lazy recently, but beside the point. I do love showing and displaying my characters. It's really hard to do that when I just have a card. I mean, sure, I can put it into like a Pokemon card binder and then just, you know, like a picture book, or you just sit down with the grandkids and flip through and be like, that right there is Trigger Happy, and that right there is Warnado. Like, I mean, I could do that, but at the same time, it's like I can pick up the character and huck him across the room and put a hole in my wall. I mean, I might be able to do that with a card, but I definitely don't have the skills to do that. Like, you know, my thing is I do like physical media, whether it be discs as opposed to digital downloads when it comes to games, or in this case, Skylanders as opposed to just the file. I have a couple of RFID tags that I didn't like write. I just cracked open a couple of characters and just kind of stole their tags. I don't like them. Like, I'd much rather have a figure to put to them. I mean, I really like it in the fact that I can use them for customs, which is what they're going to do. Reduce, reuse, recycle, whatever you want to call it. But again, I really like the physical aspect to the figures. But I can understand both sides where, you know, maybe somebody doesn't have the space for it. Maybe somebody doesn't have the money for it. And it's just easier to pop up a couple of cards and, you know, play as your characters. Well, on the offhand, if you have a decent PC and you're able to run Cemu, Dolphin, or the PS3 emulator, it's either RCPS3 or RPCS3. I think it's RPCS3. I think I got it. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Who knows? Irregardless, there is a built-in Portal emulator which allows you to just quickly put on a file and then boom, there's your character. So that's one alternative to actual cards. But one good thing about cards is you know you can use them on anything but an emulator. So hey, I usually play the Xbox 360 version of games. You know, that's the version I grew up with. That's the version I'll stick with. I can't just emulate the figures. I mean, if I jailbroke the system, maybe at some point somebody could develop tools for it, but at the current moment that doesn't exist. So I'm forced to use cards or the actual figures. Now, I'm really cool and I happen to have like almost every single Skylander, so it's not a problem. But back when it was a problem, I definitely could have seen myself using some cards to get, you know, things like the Imaginator rank in Imaginators, because you need every single sensei, every single variant of every single sensei, and every single chase variant of every single variant of every single sensei. You get the point. To actually get all the Imaginator buffs, because the more senseis you have, the higher level your Imaginator can go. And I think at this current point, the highest it can possibly go at all is 80. And that's because of, you know, whether it be special variants that have been made artificially, Heartbreaker Buckshot, which if you guys have seen the last video, or not, maybe not the last video, but the last couple of videos, I've been doing gameplay of some random characters, Heartbreaker Buckshot being one of them. So that is actually... I don't know why I bring that up in a video about RFID cards. I'm gonna be honest for you guys, and based off of what I know, it is not currently possible to do that. I mean, sure, you can put Buckshot, like Heartbreaker Buckshot, onto a card, but you won't be able to just like plop him onto your PlayStation 4 and play as him on your PlayStation. Unfortunately, the only real way of doing it is through Cemu, and what you have to do is you have to have the character and like the ID and the variant ID, and then what you have to do from there is you load it into the game. It's gonna be like, whoa, your figure might be corrupted. Here's what you do. I'm actually gonna pause this real quick so I can refresh myself so I don't spread around that misinformation. I'm better than certain individuals around here, sometimes anyways. So we have Cemu up and running. I don't think I'm gonna be showing anything on it, but just close your eyes and just imagine. All right, so there's going to be the things up at the top. There's going to be your debug, there's going to be your tools and all that fun stuff. If I remember correctly, what you're going to do is click on debug, click on view PPC threads, and you're going to see it all pop up. You're going to have to look for the one that says the portal, or something along those lines, and then you're going to have to right click it and suspend it. While you suspend it, go ahead and go back into Imaginators and click Recover on Heartbreaker Buckshot, and what do you know, he's in the game. Go back into the PPC threads and go ahead and enable it real quick, make sure that the portal's working and all that stuff again, and there you go, there's Heartbreaker Buckshot. Maybe I can show like some actual footage of me doing this for you guys, just kind of like a written tutorial, I guess, but that's beside the point. We're talking about cards, we're not talking about this, but I figured I'd just put that in there because people were asking about it. All right, as you guys can very much tell, I love getting sidetracked. So cards, right, are they ethically correct? If you want to be very nitpicky on the law, it may be illegal in a sense. I mean, but here's the thing. Activision, Toys for Bob, rest in peace Vicarious Visions, none of them are gonna care. They don't really, unless Skylanders comes back, and, actually, let me take some of what I said back. I think the only way that they would really care is if you sold the actual things. I think that's when it becomes an actual legal problem. Otherwise, I don't see why it'd be a problem. The files are already in the game. You're just kind of putting them onto a card like that. It's a very interesting loophole because the laws aren't designed around, they're designed around video games, but they're not designed around Toys to Life video games. So it gets really complicated when you bring that kind of thing into it. But I think it's okay for you guys if you just make a dump of your character, put it on a card. You're not gonna have the FBI breaking down your door, swarming in, and lighting you up. So don't worry, you can make your cards, you can do it. Do I think going with cards over figures? I don't think so. I personally, in my opinion, I love the figures over the cards. I'd much rather hold Thump back in my hands than just a stupid little card, alright? So, with that being said, should you guys go out and start making NFC cards? As long as you guys aren't selling them for ridiculous prices, go right ahead. And it's not like you needed my permission anyways, but here's just my thoughts on it. I do tend to see on eBay and Mercari NFC or RFID cards, rather, of characters like Wildstorm, Robo, more rare characters, and they like to jack the price up mainly because, hey, they're more expensive. But when you buy a character, I don't think you're buying it for the file, you're buying it for the actual physical toy. Am I wrong? Because if you really wanted the file, you could just use the emulated portal or just do an RFID thing. So again, I think it's more so like what really matters to you, the gameplay or like the actual game and like the characters inside of it, or the collecting aspect and literally the whole gimmick of the game. It's really what kind of person you are. I'm certainly not the kind of person to really want to do cards because I'm just all for figures because I love cluttering things and I love the smell of factory in my room. Anywho, that's all I've really got to say about cards. I thought about just throwing out a random topic and hoping it sticks. Will this video get 1,000 views? Probably, honestly. I don't think it deserves it. I literally doing the most bare minimum in terms of editing, and I'm just sitting in front of a microphone yapping. Like, there's no reason for me to get this attention and all of this. I really don't deserve it. So I know, keep going off topic, but thank you guys again for that. Anyways, again, unfortunately, I'm not going to be telling you guys how to do that. Again, I'd say go watch Skylanders' video. I'll put a link in the description to his video because I think it's a really good video. And also, Skylanders a really cool person. So at the end of the day, what are you asking yourself? Should I go out and buy some cards because I don't have the money for a Wildstorm or Robo? Here's my advice. Here's the conclusion here. I would say do it if you only intend to play the games on 360, Wii U, things like that. If you're more of a techie oriented person and you're able to use an emulated portal through Cemu or any other emulator on PC, I'd say don't do it. And if you're a person who only wants the character, if you have the physical toy, the traditional way, then there's your answer. Don't do it. So yeah, that's all I've got to say about it. It's an interesting subject, and I'd like to really explore it, and I'd like to make my own cards in the future, just to, you know, at least dabble in the idea before I sit here critiquing it. I'm not critiquing it, but you know. So yeah, that's all I've got to say. Thank you guys for watching, and thank you so much again for the overwhelming support, and yeah, let's try and get to 1,000 subscribers.